Welcome to another episode of Talking with JM. I'm your host, GoodOlJM, coming to you from CSB Studios in Tampa, Florida, the birthplace of pro wrestling. And today's a very special episode, as I'll be joined by not one, not two, eventually a third party, as I'll be interviewing two of the original Glow Girls. Very excited about that, along with Lady Oyanka. You may not know who she is, but I'm sure by the end of this interview, you will remember that name because former kickboxer and boxing fighter herself. We'll get to know who she is and where she is now and what she's up to in life. But for now, let me introduce you to my guest, Lady Oyanka, and one of the original Glow Girls herself, Hollywood, coming back to the show. Hello, ladies. How are you doing?
Great. I'm good, young man. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. And joining us in a little while will be Lightning. It'll be the first time I'll be able to chat with her. But for now, I'm very pleasured and honored to have you two ladies here on board. And Lady Janka, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice and sunny in New York.
Yes, we're literally talking across country here. All of us here were able to come together for this one chat.
And Cheryl just joined.
Miss Cheryl, how you doing?
Okay. Tell Cheryl to stop driving. Stop driving. You're making it loud. I can tell
stop driving.
Cheryl's driving.
Yes.
Oh, she's heading home now.
I'm driving. Now I found a shady spot. Here we go. I'm pulling over. I'm just driving, trying to find a spot that's not like in the sun.
Why don't you just stay at the YMCA? YMCA.
The parking lot was in the sun. I don't like being in.
Put on your air conditioner. No AC, Cheryl. Okay, crank that.
I am set right now. I'm good.
Well,
yay! We have Lightning. We have Oyanka. We have JM, and we have Hollywood. Oh yes. My God! It doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah.
JM and JMB.
I know. Well, but I'm JMB really. Cheryl knows my rib. and Cheryl, you're like CE. Ha.
I'm Sir. Well. I'm CER. I'm Sir. CER.
CER, JMB, JM, and Oyanka, I don't know. O something
I'm
C.
OC.
Are you the OC?
OC. I'm
OCD.
OC. We're going to call you the OCG is in the house.
OCG.
I like it.
Well, Lightning, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to meet you finally.
Good.
And just
so, what did I miss?
Well, we just did the intro, so you're joining us right on time, and
perfect.
We're just here conversating together. We're gonna get to know who everyone is here. I know Hollywood's been here before. Lightning will get to know you, and as well as Lady Oyanka. And originally, the Royal Hawaiian was supposed to join us, but unfortunately, she's a little bit under the weather. So maybe we can reschedule that. I'll be okay. But Lady Oyanka, let's start with you.
Okay.
So you have an interesting name.
Away.
Yes, you have a very interesting name in Oyanka. Is there any meaning and what comes with the meaning of Oyanka?
Well, my name is actually a Native American name,
mm-hmm.
but I am not Native. My mother was fascinated with the Native American culture, and
mm-hmm.
therefore she read this book about this woman. Her name was Oyanka. And she liked the name. The name means new path. So she said that whenever she had it, that's what she would call it.
Right. Interesting.
So, there you...
So it sounds like you have you make a new path every day of your life.
I try. I go different ways every morning.
So Hollywood and Lightning, how did you meet Lady Oyanka?
I will start with that. Let's see, Miss Oyanka. I met her actually online on Facebook,
mm-hmm.
and we got to know each other, just messaging each other back and forth. And then I flew to the East Coast,
mm-hmm.
and she picked me up, and we went to go visit a friend of hers.
Mm-hmm.
We got to know each other pretty good through the Facebook and then meeting each other. And then we've been friends ever since. And one thing about her, she's the real thing. She's kind. She's sweet. She says it the way that it is. She's no BS.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean, it's kind of neat to have someone who could just call you on your shit or whatever.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like someone that doesn't lie, someone who
The
just says
real
it the way
deal.
that it is.
Mm-hmm.
She's the real deal. And she's not hiding behind a computer.
Right.
She's not hiding behind the screen. She'll have your back. Let me tell you, I love this woman, and I'm glad that she came into our lives. I wish it would have been sooner, but it's not. No, seriously, you have no idea. Oh my God, she's a sweetheart, and I'm glad to have her. I'm glad that you're interviewing her today with us. So thank you for that.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure. And
I met Oyanka through Hollywood and online on Facebook, I do believe. But I met her for the first time in person when we were in New Jersey at the WrestleCon.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this past one for WrestleMania weekend?
Oh, Janka, were you there? You weren't there. What are you talking about?
I didn't
No.
know. It's crazy.
You didn't meet her.
I thought
You met Angel
there.
Orsini, Lightning. Oh my God.
No, I know I met Angel, but I thought I met her too.
You didn't.
I'm mixing you
I was gonna say,
crazy bitch.
hey, wait a second. Where was that? We could start over again. Cheryl, you met Angel, honey.
Well, I know, but I don't like that Angel. I'm talking about somebody else that was there that I thought was Oyanka. I'm terrible.
You mean April?
No, I just called her Miss O or something. Anyway, I'm terrible.
Yeah, Cheryl.
It's all
It's okay,
online,
Miss
basically.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
So you.
Online that much.
Hey, you're turning into Sunny, the California girl.
Cheryl.
Sunny the
Cheryl,
embellisher.
put down those weed candies.
Loopy. No, that would be
Cheryl
funny.
doesn't. I'm not doing weed candies. I'm telling the truth. I love it. We are going to have so much fun on this cruise, I tell you. Oh my God. Cheryl's a hoot. That's why we love it. It scared me. I had to pinch myself. I'm like, oh God, I was there the whole time. How did I miss Oyanka? Cheryl, you scared me. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Where was I?
Janka lives, she is such a beautiful, bright character, human being that she made me think she was there.
You know who was there, Cheryl? Your best friend from high school was there. Hello.
I do know that. She's fun. She's fun too. You barely got to know her. She's lots of fun. I got some crazy stories with her too.
I had a hologram there.
Yes, that's what I'm
Oyanka, that's hilarious.
Oyanka.
Oyanka's not going to let you live this down, Cheryl. You're in trouble.
telling you, I've been living visually. I'm an artist. I swear to God, I imagine stuff all the time.
It's that
visualize.
LSD. It's the LSD days.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, no.
Visuals. He's been telling me stuff about Oyanka for a long time, like this went on and that went on, and I actually am physically there when she's telling me this.
Yeah.
Like mentally, I'm like, yes, I can imagine, you know.
So in other words, Oyanka found a way to use the force in New Jersey.
She did, man. Boy, your mother knew what she was calling you when she named you an Indian name. We're gonna call her, I don't know, Ghost Goes. I don't know. We have to find another Indian name.
I got a glow trivia.
The real path. The real path.
A glow trivia. A lot of people don't know that the Indians that we did have on Glow were Indian.
Yeah, there was a lot of debate about that.
Little feather. I like that, Cheryl.
And Cheyenne Cher, she was chalk tooth Indian.
That's right.
So
That's a good fact.
Yeah,
that is a great fact. Yeah. And they're both beautiful girls too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Very natural looking, gorgeous. They put the gorgeous and the G in gorgeous ladies of wrestling, that's for sure. They did.
Well, they were, at least growing up, me watching Glow, the original run. Yeah, I gotta say, if anything, you guys were my first TV crushes, and of course, things weren't the way they are now with social media and private messages. Of course, there was fan mail you can send into, but I'm sure you guys would have received hundreds, if not thousands, all the time during your run.
Jeannie's got some stories about that.
Yeah,
yeah, JM. We didn't get crap, man. They didn't want us to have egos. I think that's what it was all about.
Oh.
We saw the mail, but
they didn't. Go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, Jeannie saw the mail bags and bags of mail.
I did.
And she stole some stuff out of there when nobody was looking. She grabbed some for me and Thunderbolt.
Daisy.
I had a handful of letters, and
Wow.
but she couldn't. I mean,
There were bags and bags, but we couldn't grab them.
if she could have pulled a Hollywood and just snuck a whole bag out of there, she would have.
It would have been as heavy as you, Cheryl. I had to lift that thing sling it over my back.
Well, that's too
I bought
bad.
this is my laundry, I swear.
Jackie would have gotten, Jackie that worked in the office. I remember she probably wouldn't even have cared. She was so cool. Remember Jackie, the girl in the office? She was nice. Pretty girl.
Now, somebody sent, was it Daisy or somebody sent one of the girls, they stole their mother's wedding ring.
Oh,
They
yes.
sent it to Sally. It was Sally. You know who probably took that? One of the Jewish dudes in the office probably grabbed it
You're
and took off
terrible,
with it.
Jeannie.
Bad.
Cy
Hey.
Samuels. It was
That's
probably
Hollywood
Cy.
action there.
Cy Samuels was probably. We're terrible, but man,
Yeah.
we didn't know anything. JM, I'm being honest. Here we are,
No,
young
hey.
21, 22-year-old
Yes.
kids.
Mhm.
That's what we were.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people taking advantage of David McClain, which they did,
Right.
because that's why he left in the third and fourth season.
Mhm.
He left because the distributors were distributing in places like Japan and didn't even tell him what they were doing. So they were doing it behind his back, and he did not dig that at all. And then he left. He ended up going, screw it.
Right.
I'll start PAL. And when he went over to, and that's why we didn't have all the girls from the first and second season. They all took off and left. And we had all new ladies in the third and fourth season. And that's how I got to meet Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
I have David McClain to thank for that, because if they didn't do what they did, they wouldn't. If the girls didn't all blow out of there, they wouldn't have been in a search for new girls, and they wouldn't have posted that ad that I saw on the tail end, tagged on the tail end of one of the
TV.
episodes
Mm-hmm.
of the first season. They tagged in on the first season a few, like maybe 6 episodes in, they were looking for new girls.
Right. Wow.
If I didn't
Wow.
that,
They knew.
So much history, I got to tell you, JM. There's just so much, and every Glow girl can attest, and each one has their own unique story.
I bet.
I know you've interviewed probably. Have you interviewed several of the Glow ladies? Or,
No.
Who have you interviewed?
Yourself.
I know you interviewed me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lightning for the first time now. I did briefly speak to April, the Royal Hawaiian.
Oh, so you haven't talked to some of the other ladies?
No,
then?
I'm just now getting into the flow of things, thanks to Lady Oyanka.
Okay.
And speaking of which, I would imagine if had Lady Oyanka been around during that time with all the shenanigans happening behind the scenes at Glow, probably could have been a different outcome as far as the girls' point of view.
Mexicali Red, man. For sure.
there
Lady-
you go. I like it.
People would have been getting paid.
Lady Oyanka, from what you just heard between Lightning and Hollywood going on back in the day, and how things were changing between seasons, what would have been your reaction and what you would have done different?
Well, first of all, I would have made sure that everybody was getting their fan mail. I would have been standing for any of that BS. I would have been like, we're getting fan mail. Everybody's getting it. bonuses. Everybody's getting bonuses. There's just certain things that, you know, it's like when they tell you about it, you can't help but feel like, wow, how did this happen?
Right.
I know it would have been if they had distributed it up, or at least let us pick through the letters and separate them or collate them so we all had our own letters. We could have at least tried to answer some of them, you know?
The thing is, they didn't want us to know, first of all, and we didn't know. I knew only because I was going into the office on Wilshire Boulevard when I would leave Las Vegas, where Cheryl had to stay in the third and fourth season. She didn't go home. She stayed there.
Yeah.
So on Saturdays, so I would go into the office on a Monday or a Tuesday, pick up my check there, and there was the mail. So if you weren't in that damn office, you didn't know. And if you didn't ask the question, what is that? You wouldn't have known. So they kind of, it kind of sucks that they did that. But then I understand some of the reasons why they did some of the things that they did. And they didn't even have us on TV in Vegas. So the girls couldn't even watch themselves on top at all.
Wow.
They purposely, Matt said he purposely did not have the station in Las Vegas carry the Glow Girls.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
I mean, and this was a straight up.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
Right. And this was straight up a TV show at the time compared to, say, the World Wrestling Federation at the time. They was like, yeah, we're sports entertainment and whatnot. And it was treated and looked at differently. And something as small as fan mail, which is a big deal to the talent and the superstars, yes. But
it sure is, man. It sure is. And they maybe didn't want our heads to get big. I mean, you know, trying to curb 20-something girls is not easy for management to do. And when you're in your 20s, Cheryl, right, what's the thing that you want to do the most? You want to go out and have fun and party and do this and do that. And they, you know, they had us on a pretty tight leash, would you say, Cheryl?
Oh yeah. They had us curfewed and they
curfewed. That sounded like cuffed.
Curfew. we had a curfew. I know.
Bound up.
And, no, yeah, really. No, they had us. It's a cruciatus. You know. No, they had us under their thumb. I mean, they would fine the girls. I think it was $5 a minute for anything wrong or.
Wow.
They did. If you're late to getting into and they would circle around the apartments in cars looking to bust us out at night. Yeah. Daisy and I, we had no time because we were being tied up from, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Daisy and I actually went shopping down the street from the apartment building. And it was like literally like a couple of minutes past midnight. And Matt came driving up alongside of us in the dark parking lot, crossing through the parking lot.
You know what he was looking for, Cheryl? Come on. He was looking for the California girl. He was looking for Patricia.
Oh, well, he spotted us a mile off. Me walking on that dark park, he spotted us instantly because she was so tall and I was so short.
He was prowling. You know what he was looking for. He was looking for,
Prowling.
Everybody knows. Patricia doesn't lie. Patricia dated him. What?
He pulled up, I swear to God, he pulled up right next to us. And he's all, what are you guys doing out? We literally had a grocery cart full of groceries. And Daisy was so funny. She looked at him and she said, we're partying. What do you think we're doing? She
said that? She's such a smart ass.
He was a smart ass, right? And he rolled his eyes. She's all, when do you think we have time to grocery shop? Duh. And he's like, all right, we'll get back to blah, 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 blah. And then we finished walking back to the apartment. Literally, I mean, that was the only time we had.
He didn't even freaking give you a ride. See what we're talking about here, JM?
Yeah.
He didn't even give them a ride with their groceries.
They had to keep walking.
God, you guys.
Wow.
It was a quarter of a mile walk, which is not that far, but it's far enough at midnight,
Cheryl had the wrong groceries that night.
I mean,
yes, she did. She didn't have the right groceries, and Cheryl wasn't interested. Let me tell you.
wow. When they raise the stakes after not giving you fan mail, and it's just
And no rides from the grocery store. Jeez.
No, you're on your own there.
We're so young. I mean, we thought what we thought, but we wouldn't say it out loud. You know,
no, you didn't.
Out loud. What a dumb. That's dumb. Why don't you give us a ride or?
That's because they were afraid they were going to get fired, JM.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It was.
It's true. Third and fourth season was a different season.
Girls got fired right and left, right in front of us for different reasons and stuff. But we were on eggshells. We really were.
Yes, you were.
Well,
I agree with her. I totally agree with that. It was, it was hard too for season 3 and 4. Those, some of them, not Lightning, but a lot of them were replacing other original Glow Girls. So for Tina and Ashley, it was the Park Avenue Knockouts that were replacing Tina and Ashley. So they're replacing those girls. You know, another one would replace Americana. Another one was replacing The Farmer's Daughter. You know, Cheryl had her own original character. So she wasn't replacing anybody. But, you know, some of those girls had shoes to fill.
Right.
Honestly, I think that was the worst thing was when, before I was named, I was worried when all those girls were gone and they were replacing characters with identical characters.
Yes.
I was thinking, you know, they changed the name. There were 2 new cheerleaders. There were, you know, I was worried that I was going to be a replacement for somebody, and I also was worried I was going to be little somebody or other. I didn't, because all the little somebody others just ran around and got beat up. You know, they got rescued. I didn't want to be rescued. I wanted to fight.
Right.
So
when they finally came up with the concept, even though I wanted to be a heel, I was stoked that it was a superhero concept because I love Marvel and Superman.
Comics. Oh, and speaking of comics, let's segue into the comics, Cheryl. That's perfect.
In fact,
it's 1999. It is not 1994.
Oh, sorry, 99 on the thing.
1990. Cheryl and I were the first Glow Girls to have our own comic.
Right.
And the company is Pen and Ink. You know, we have other girls saying that they're the first Glow Girl. I think it's Patricia that says, I'm the first Glow Girl to have my own comic. Well, sorry, young lady. It was Hollywood, who was issue number 2 of Thunder Girls, and Lightning, who was issue number 3 of Thunder Girls. And the company is called Pen and Ink.
The very first was a pro wrestler named Lady Victoria. I was supposed to be...
That's right, and there's only 3 issues.
I was supposed to be the first issue, actually, and I didn't know this guy.
What did you do?
I didn't know this guy from Adam, and I kind of you know, I pussyfooted around, so he gave it to, he gave it to Lady Victoria.
Well, you must have pussyfoot around a lot because I'm number 2 and you're the last one. So. Jesus. You can't even remember Oyanka came to visit us or not.
This is just what I did, you know. I didn't know when I was being anxious, but that's okay. I still made it into the comic book.
It doesn't matter. You are a comic book. You were one of the first Glow Girls in a comic book, and Miss Sunny, what is Sunny, the California girl, was not the first. However, she's got a comic out, and that same company is doing a comic with me. I signed a contract with them last year, and so they're really so I'll be.
Where are they distributing these books?
Pardon?
Where's the distribution of these books?
It's Ivor Press. Ivor Press,
so you
I think.
Order it online. You order it online. You pick it up at comic book stores.
I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I don't have mine yet.
And they probably. I don't know if they have distribution then.
I wasn't finished, but anyway, she wasn't the first person to have a comic. It was Lightning and it was Hollywood. And if anybody is interested in those comics, Cheryl has hers. I have mine. We have Etsy stores. We have social media where people can get a hold of Lightning, get a hold of myself. And at the end of this, we'll give all the social media platforms where people can get a hold of us. That being said, can we talk real quick a couple of events? And Cheryl's got the first event coming up on July 4th.
Go for it.
It is. We're having a glow booth over there. It's in Rancho Palos Verdes, California. And it's from 11 to 5. And it's a huge kind of summer right off the beach. The weather's going to be beautiful, I hear. And it's basically a park. And it's their Rancho Palos Verdes 4th of July, annual 4th of July event.
At the Civic Center? Is it at the Civic Center?
No, this
said
is
on there. It says Civic Center.
Yeah, that might be what they call it, yes. But I don't have the actual address on me, I'm afraid. You have that written down, but it's on...
I do. It's on Hawthorne Boulevard. Hawthorne Boulevard. Yeah.
I do know that. I meant the actual address.
What it is it's Point Vicente Park.
That's it. Point
Vicente.
Yep, and
30940 Hawthorne Boulevard. Point Vicente Park, Civic Center, 11 to 5.
Yes.
That's the first one.
A wonderful friend of mine is running that whole shebang and said he'd love to have the Glow Girls out. So
awesome. That'll be fun. And then the one after that, both the Royal Hawaiian and I are going to travel to Columbus, Ohio. And I know it sounds weird, but it's like a sunset safari. It's a zoo event that they're having. And both April and myself love animals. We love them. We both found out we were talking about stuff. I'm like, man, you and I need to go on a safari, like a real one.
Right.
You know, and then all of a sudden this zoo thing came up, and Mark Buckingham, one of our very good fans in the Columbus area, also works at a radio station. I think it's Mix 107.9. Asked if we could come out. So we're going to go out to that zoo experience, and that's going to be on July 10th in Columbus, Ohio. So we'll probably do a little live Facebook there.
Awesome.
Then August 9th, Glow Netflix premieres. So the Glow Netflix season 3 will premiere. So we're excited about it. We're going to have a party.
In Burbank?
Anyone. Yep. Cheryl, I've changed it to either Burbank or maybe West Hollywood. Just depending. We talked about that, you and I. Maybe we'll keep it in Burbank.
I think the parking's probably easier access. Yeah.
Yes, since it's a Friday night. So August 9th is a huge Glow Netflix party for all the Glow Girls and all of our fans, kind of like a meet and greet as well. And then our cruise after that in September 7th through the 14th is that original Glow Girl cruise. We are excited to be leaving at Long Beach. I think Miss Oyanka's coming.
Yes, I am.
Wonderful.
We're going to Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan.
Like Cheryl, you
nice.
Getting stuff?
Did I forget something?
Yeah. No, you didn't forget. You didn't forget.
No,
anything.
we're doing a pre-party though too. Where's our
yes?
For?
I don't know yet because I'm going to keep it in the Long Beach area since the port is in Long Beach. So September 6th in the evening, 7 o'clock, we will be doing a pre-party for all the cruisers. Everyone, like a little mixer. A mixer. I hate that word. Come to a mixer.
Hey, the last
sounds like
old
people. Come to our Glow mixer.
Or shindig or hold down.
I like the shindig. The shindig sounds cooler.
Water. The last mixer.
A hoe down.
The
Glow. It sounds so corporate. Horrible.
No, the last mixer I went, all the guys had their shirts unbuttoned down to their belly button with carpets on their chest and gold chains around their neck.
Oh my God, Cheryl!
Wow,
gold chains. That sounds greasy.
Sounds like a bad episode of Miami Vice.
Yes, it does.
I wanted to take a electric shaver and draw.
What year was this, young lady? The 70s?
No,
80s.
They wouldn't have button-down shirts.
What year was that?
It was
this mixer, 1984.
It wasn't Ron Jeremy, was it?
Oh my God, Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy, listen. I met Ron on Jeremy like 5 times, and each time he doesn't recognize me. I go, we already met. No, we already met.
Well, you have to pull down your pants first.
Oh,
Pull
jeez.
down your pants. You might frickin'
Oh, then. Oh, yes, the beauty mark. I remember you, Lightning.
Remembers.
Long time no see. And you, Lightning.
Okay, so wait a minute. We only got to August. Hold on a minute. We got to September, the cruise.
Oh, there's more, yes.
Anybody who wants to come on this awesome
Jesus
cruise
Christ.
with these ladies, I'm telling you, we're going to have a ball on this cruise.
Oh,
yeah.
Oyanka wants us to drink shots with her. I promised I would. We got to do
Wow.
we got to do like a shot of vodka. I need some Patron, mama.
Wow. Wow, wasting no time.
Yeah. We're not wasting no time. I'm going to just go straight to the chase.
Yeah.
If I just have one shot, I'll be good to go for a while. I'm a lightweight.
Pound shot. I got so effed up. Where were we? We were in Catalina. Your
I got
friend,
you. I'm going to get you high today, Cheryl. I'm going to get you high.
we were
Poor Cheryl.
beers. I had 2 beers and 2 shots. I was so messed up. I'm
Wow.
a little light.
It was so cute. It was so funny. JM, you had to be there. We went to my friend's bar. So I have a friend.
I'm trying to
that
imagine
lives
it now.
On the island of. Oh my God, it was awesome. We were at Catalina Island. I think we had one of the paramedics. We had Ron with us to escort us there, and my friend. It's kind of like his Cheers. It's his Cheers bar.
Okay.
So we get in there and we do chilled shots of Patron. These were big shots of Patron. So I drank.
Weren't the little
Mine,
baby?
Cheryl drank hers, and then so at the end, I didn't want to finish all of mine. I made Cheryl drink her second one. She thought I drank mine, and she drank that second one.
Oh, no.
Because I gave her peer pressure.
I did not.
Come on, Cheryl.
Did get sick, but the worst part of that is we had to get into one of those stupid little dinghies to go back to the ship.
They're a taxi. That's a water taxi.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like bouncing all over the place.
It wasn't a dinghy. Dinghies are smaller. This was a water taxi.
And they're enclosed, so you can't see where you're going. That's what makes you sick. You don't have visual of what you're going. If eyes can match what you feel, it's easier not to get sick. It's like trying to read looking down while somebody else is driving. It's a conflict in your mind of your body says you're moving and your eyes say no, you're sitting and you're reading. And the conflict makes you throw up. I was so close.
You did not get sick. You didn't get sick.
No,
So
I didn't.
that was the first night, and we had a really good time. Both me and Cheryl, I think we turned in pretty early, didn't we?
You got her lit the first night.
You go.
Wow.
We just disappeared.
We disappeared. It was like we were down for the count. Oh my God.
So
Hey,
rest.
and let me tell you something, Oyanka, you haven't been on a cruise. So the cool thing about the cruise is when you're on the ship, it rocks you to sleep like a baby, like little Callista, I'm serious. It will rock you to sleep because it's real gentle usually. Hopefully we won't have any storms coming our way.
Oh, no.
Which I haven't, actually. I've been on 20 of these cruises, JM, 20. Now, this will be our 4th glow one, or going out with Donald Goodland on his. But they're gentle. They usually rock you to sleep. So you usually sleep pretty good on those ships. I wish you could come out with us, JM.
I was going to be sleeping?
Yeah, you won't be sleeping. I don't know, honey. All I can tell you is you have to go. You got to pace yourself, because if you don't, we may not see you. Did she fall off the ship? Oh my God!
God.
You
All
better
right.
walk around.
Turn the ship around.
I'll be swimming.
She needs to walk around with one of those white donuts around her neck. Life
Oh, the lifesavers, the life preservers, life jackets.
No, I want it old school like Popeye. I want her to have the old donut one around her neck.
Well, how about this? How about place it on her before she does anything, as a just in case?
Just in case. Okay, now you're good to go.
Yeah, let's get started.
I can swim.
Hey, remember, Oyanka wanted to work out in the gym every morning. We'll have to drag her out of bed to go to the gym.
I'm not doing that. You can do that. I'm going to sleep. You and Miss Oyanka can work out your heart's content. No,
Just leave it on the treadmill. She'll be fine.
Jose. Yeah.
Leave me on the
Okay,
train,
so
I'll be happy.
we have that. So September 7th through the 14th is the original Glow Girl cruise. And if anyone's interested in coming along with us crazy and wild glow ladies, they can go to originalglowgirls.com. I'm telling you, we have they really are fun. So then after that, guys, we've got LA Comic Con. And this will be, I think, our 4th or 5th time back at LA Comic Con at the Convention Center, October 11th through the 13th at the Convention Center.
Yes.
Yep. I put
Los
it
Angeles
on my.
Convention Center.
Yep. That's going to be fun. So that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
The crazy people coming around in the crazy costumes, and they all want to take pictures with you. So you can just ask anybody. Regular people come there dressed in the best outfits. They have.
Well, that's Comic-Con, Cheryl. If anyone's been to a Comic-Con, that's what you do. Hi, kitty. Hey,
The
baby boy.
details, what they
Sorry,
wear,
kid.
I love it.
My cat thinks we're all crazy over here. His eyes are all wild. He's listening to these girls. And then I've got another one. I've got Big Event again this year. Big Event is in New York at LaGuardia.
Marriott.
Where is that again? Oh, Janka, you picked me up from there. I don't know. No, not the Marriott. It's across from LaGuardia Plaza.
Plaza. The place. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be November 16th. And then I'm going to do some kind of a live interview with the Pharaoh, Monty and the Pharaoh. That sound familiar? Yeah, I'm going to do something up there. So, Glow Girls are, are always busy. I think when you had tried to do another interview with the Royal Hawaiian and Oyanka, and I believe April was mentioning the fact there's a lot of Glow Girls, not just April, not Lightning, not myself, not Tanya, not Jungle Woman. There's Afterglow out there, and there's two different. I think she was trying to say there's Afterglow and there's the original 80s Glow Girls, and it's not a secret. They do their things and we do our things, and it's all good, but there are two separate ones. Go ahead.
Envy is coming.
Oh yeah. Envy's going to come with us as well on this cruise, so that's going to be great. We're excited. She was part of the Soul Patrol. Right. It was Envy and Adore, Carmen and Sharon, but Envy's going to be coming with us on this, so we're excited to have her. I believe Johnny C's coming, from who was our associate producer / host announcer. Quite a few different things Johnny C did. A lot of people didn't know that about him, but
he was the one who announced us. I used to love the way he'd announce Thunderbolt and Lightning.
Yeah, well, he's not just an announcer. He was a producer as well. That's really important that you mentioned that. I know some of us didn't know that at the time, just like David. David produced, and he was also our announcer as well. But we have lots of events going on, and
but you know what's cool? What's cool about our cruise? That the Glam Mamas on our cruise are all diverse. We bring diversity, empowerment through diversity.
I like that. Absolutely. She's right about that. And trying to stay positive and give a positive message to everybody out there. That's one thing that this group of girls do. We're supposed to raise each other up. We're not supposed to tear each other around. And, a lot of people do that. They're very public online. We bring empowerment to women, bringing positivity and diversity. That's really important, to show what we're about. And again, don't tear people off. I think it's really rude that some people have they hide behind the computers and, they start tearing down people.
I think it should be positive. It should be positive. And what am I doing? Even if it's something simple, like the other day I posted, I was out on a motorcycle ride. I hadn't been on my bike in a ride, but it was all everything upbeat. Just keep it positive. And what are you doing today that's interesting, not anything that's negative. That's all.
Exactly.
Basically.
And we try to do that. April is working on her podcast. You know, I myself just revamped my website and it's brand new again. It's jeanniebasone.com and it looks great. It's simple. It's easy to read. I also got into making homemade soap and I love doing it. And sometimes I love it. And
I've tried it. I love your soap.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're
And
great.
that
They
is
leave
so
your skin
fun.
nice and soft.
You know, and I do different ones. I think after today, girls, I might do another one.
Signature. She's starting signature
Soaps. The
Yeah.
last one I did, this is because Oyanka, she kept saying to me when we first started talking, she goes, Jeannie, have you ever done it with goat's milk? And for a little while, I'm like, no, because I had to read up on it. And I'm serious, but I love it. I've got 1, 3, 4 now that are made with goat's milk. And you can use hemp milk, all the different milks you want. And the last one I did was mint because Oyanka said, Jeannie, can you do something with mint? Please.
Now you gotta do some
bugging me. She kept
with honey.
bugging me. Listen, bugging me.
People love custom.
Now she
People
wants
love
honey.
Custom anything. I mean, you buy stuff off the shelf and you're stuck with whatever's there.
Right.
When somebody will customize like that, that's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
Mike, I thought she was going to give
Absolutely. So,
me a smackdown because I kept asking. I thought she was going to give me a smackdown, a flying switch to the head.
Hey,
You're
I
too
got
cool.
I have really sensitive skin. And half the stuff I buy something and then I have to give it away to somebody else
It's
because
true. I know
I
this
got
about
a
Michelle.
rash like that. It's like, where'd this rash come from? What did I change?
Aw.
You know, and then okay, I can't use that. That soap I can't use. You know, or whatever it is. It needs to be something that just not perfumey. I can't stand a bunch of perfume and stuff. It just drives me crazy. I'll walk through a department store and start sneezing and my eyes will start running just
That's 'cause
walking
you're so
through
allergic.
a department store.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
you know,
Enough about us. If you want to ask us questions, James, enough about the soap. Poor James.
But wait,
Like,
but tell them where they can get,
Yeah.
get the
I
soap.
mean,
Oh, yeah, you can get the soap from me. Again, you know. Well, who else? Or you can get it from Oyanka. Oyanka will post everything for us. She's so awesome. She is our Glow Girl. Let's see. What would you be? Our assistant. A Glow Girl assistant. You're just wonderful getting the word out. How many followers do you get me on Pinterest? We have over 300.
We have like, I think it's close
followers
to
now?
400 now.
Really? Oh, my God.
nice.
She's awesome. So, yes,
getting
you
there.
get the soaps from me if you go to jeanniebasone.com and you click the link that says merch. All the soaps will be there. I made a shopping cart for it. So that's where you can get that. You know, Cheryl's got stuff. You know, every time we do a Comic-Con or a convention, us ladies will always bring out the Glow merch. There's T-shirts, stickers, hats, patches.
The merch is also less at the conventions because we don't have to mail it out.
Shipping, yeah.
Yes.
No
shipping
tax.
is all that's off of there, and it is, and it's fun to just come and hang. So.
Right, and meet everybody. That's the coolest thing. And you know what? If it wasn't for the fans, JM, if it wasn't for you doing the podcast and young, nice people like Oyanka and Mark Buckingham and, you know, Adrian, who I'll see in Atlanta, just all the people that have been behind us and loved our show and kept the faith and just, if it wasn't for you guys, then we wouldn't be doing this podcast. There wouldn't probably have been a Glow Netflix TV show, none of the conventions. So thank you, fans.
Or like
thank
James.
you, friends.
So James,
oh my
James
God,
has a
thank
lot
you,
of trivia.
James. Yes, James has tons of it. And you know what? He's making me a little disc. He's coming out to Nashville soon, at the end of July. So I'm going to meet James for the first time. So I'm excited to meet him. And when I do go, I sometimes meet our fans. I was just in Ohio just this week. And guess what? I called our friend Rick's wife, Melissa. I go, Melissa, where's Rick? Oh, he goes, he's at work. And so let me tell you about the work, you guys. And I knew that he worked in wrestling, but I also knew he was a manager at a strip club. And she goes, you know you're going to a strip club, don't you? I go, fine, no worries. So we went in this place
bring
called
dollar
Dreamer,
bills?
Cheryl. Wait.
Wait, what was it called?
Dreamers.
Dollar bills?
Dreamers. No,
Oh,
yeah, there was.
shoot.
I didn't have. I had too much clothing on, but seriously, I
comparison?
had way too much clothing on. I walked in there. It was dark, atmosphere, shiny everywhere. Girls they were not topless. They all were in lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
The
Were they
ladies that were
glittery?
in there, a couple of dudes at the bar. They were not glittery. They were in black lingerie and lace. And I wanted to get on that pole so bad, but I didn't. Oh, Cheryl, I wanted to jump up on that pole and make
Wow.
a fool out of myself so bad, but I was
Jeannie, I would have brought your infection, your like little spray before I jump on that pole.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, now you're insulting the girls at Dream.
No, it has
Cheryl.
nothing to do with any individual girl. It's just that the pole gets used when the girls. Depends on the club though, but I know a guy who
depends on
ran.
the crotch.
No, I know a guy. I know a guy that ran a strip club and said that the girls they couldn't get on the pole if they were, having problems because they would just drop. It would jump over to the next
gross.
girl. The
Take some
pole
medicine for
needed-
that shit.
The pole need to be cleaned constantly, basically.
Dirty poles.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's like
Oh,
airplanes.
no.
If we're going to talk
Yes,
I-
pole, you
exactly.
might as well talk
I
about
don't
being
know.
on an airplane.
That is a great example, Hollywood. The airplanes are terrible.
They're horrible. Let's talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went there and I went to surprise Rick, and he's like, "Oh my God!" And I was on my way to the airport, so I got to go by, and that's one of the things. If I can do it, I know Janka will attest to this. That if I can during my busy schedule, if I can go over and see a fan real quick, I will. I will come and surprise you and say, "Hey, hi, oh, how's it going?" And I did, and he was so shocked. He wants to do an '80s night, you guys, and he wants me. I said, "I'll do maybe in a bikini. I'll come and be the featured person." I didn't say dancer because I don't dance, but I could do a feature '80s night.
Yeah.
There, I may do it. So we're
Yeah,
thinking
Yeah,
about that.
you'll be a
You
guest.
can always learn, they got classes.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no dancing, no
guest.
sliding down by your crotch. Yeah, just be a guest. I don't know too many women have slid down a pole using
I'm
that
I'm
body
afraid, though,
feature. I mean, I've seen hands and feet.
So once they clean that pole, what if they clean
Hey,
that pole?
I
And
always
you clean it all up. How are you gonna dance around it? You might get stuck to it once you.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I'm not a pole expert. Hey, I wanted a pole. I wanted a 2-story house with a fireman pole that went from the top floor to the bottom floor.
All of us kids wanted that. Cher wanted to be a firewoman. All right, JM, what are the questions? We're sorry. We got kind
they're
of.
kind of relevant at this point, but or irrelevant, I should say.
All he has is pictures of
5
poles in
minutes
his head.
left. Quick. Top 5 minutes. Quick. Ask questions.
Okay, 5 minutes. So even seriously.
You can ask Cheryl. Cheryl's there. Since you haven't talked to Cheryl, we should let
Okay.
Miss Rusa talk.
Okay, going back a little bit to your glow days, did you ever think that the ring itself was too small height-wise compared to other rings that will maybe
You're asking
show
the
the
wrong
length?
girl.
Well,
No. He actually is, because I actually went pro and was in the rings with the pro rings.
I
I
like Glow
didn't
better.
know, honestly, I did not know how low the ropes were in Glow until I started wrestling pro.
mhm.
And I actually had just kind of tip up a little to reach the
Right.
top ropes on the rings. But I actually enjoyed it more. I realized how dangerous actually the Glow ring. I actually had to bend down a little to reach the top rope in the Glow ring. I don't even know how Daisy handled it. And then I actually stood in a WWF.
Well, Daisy was 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
Cheryl.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, that's crazy how low she had to drop down to hit that rope.
Yeah, she was too tall.
I actually stood in a WWF ring before, because one of my friends was building the ring for them. It was the top rope came up to the top of my head.
Wow.
Oh boy, that's it's almost.
Yes. Yes,
or
but
11 and a half.
The standard pro rope comes, if I stand next to it, it's just above my shoulders. So I just have to do a little kip up to reach it, but it was much more comfortable actually reaching up.
I like the glow ring, and that was good. And then, like Cheryl said, not until we started working with the pros and doing the independent scene did we know that it was a different. It wasn't as cush. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Watch WWE now. Watch some of the ladies. You know, but they've got it down. You know.
They double wrapped the cables for glow. Now, what was even worse was Japan. When I wrestled out of Japan, basically cable with somebody stuck a
barbed
rubber
wire for shit.
Yes.
Over there.
You hit the ring, you hit the rope, and you could feel the cable whipping your back, and you could see the welts on your back. It was crazy.
Oh, I bet. And sometimes when the ropes are too tight, they're wound up too tight, those bruises on your back or arms and elbows, they last for a while.
JM, I can tell you a story. For almost 2 or 3 years, I was wondering why I had the pain. Cheryl remembers when I hit that boxing. It was a boxing ring, wasn't it? Or whatever it was. I hit it so hard that I couldn't figure it out. I lost, I had tingling in my hands all the way down my arm. It was getting numb. So that kind of passed. It wasn't until I moved to Nashville. I went to a chiropractor here. He didn't do shit really, but all of a sudden he said, you know what? I'm going to have you do a massage with one of our therapists. This lady's name was Caroline. I remember that. And you guys, she freaking found it. She goes, oh my God, there. I go, that's it. Oh my God. It was underneath that. I go, that's it. It took her only 2 sessions and I was cured. I was fine. I'm cured.
Wow.
I said. No.
I've had carpal tunnel so bad that I had to hang my arms. I had to hang my head and my arms off the bed so I could sleep. I had to lay on my stomach and hang my arms and head off the edge of the bed to sleep because it was so bad.
We're lucky. We're lucky that both Cheryl and I, in our 4 years, did not get hurt. There are so many glow girls, April being one of them, that got injured, and we did not get injured at all. So I didn't get injured until after glow on my own turf, a broken leg. But both of us during glow, we were pretty good damn athletes, that's for sure. And we were maybe had some luck on our side, but we didn't not get hurt at all.
Light injuries, but nothing that took us out.
A gouge in the eye. I had one girl that just grabbed my whole, gouge in the eye, and that was Ashley, Cheryl, during our training with Mondo. She didn't even look at me. So eye contact is so important. She just was being, you know how she was. She danced a lot in the ring while she was amped. Yeah. She danced a lot and shook breast all over the ring. And then she went to seriously, remember she would just do the little shimmy all the time.
That was her character.
That was her character, right. She went to pick me up. You guys didn't even look. She didn't even grab my hand. She went straight and gouged me in the eyeball. I lost probably 10 eyelashes. And it was bleeding. And I'm like, oh my God, I lost an eye. I didn't lose an eye. I lost some eyelashes.
Do you guys, Hollywood and Lightning, do you follow the product today as far as WWE goes?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
We followed it a little.
I was asking Roy Hawaiian last week, when it comes to the Iconics specifically, do you think that they're an updated version or spin-off of the Housewives?
A little bit. I saw the Iconics, but the Housewives are they take the cake. But you saying that about they just do. There's nobody that's like them. A little bit.
They've been copying. They've been copying characters from Glow for years.
Right.
Yep, they sure have. I think everyone's doing a good job over there. There's a new girl there that I really love, the tall blonde that's very athletic. I mean, very aerial. What is her name? She's like the Southern girl, that Southern Belle type of girl. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, Lacey Evans?
That's it, Lacey.
Yeah.
I'm digging Lacey. Wow. She is so good in the ring because she's very tall.
Yes.
but she's got it down. She to me is starting to have the whole package. I think she's going to, go far. I watched her not a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Right.
She's tremendous.
The only thing that I've always bitched about with WWE regarding the girls is, like the Iconics or whatever, they've got their character, but you could take the wardrobe from any of them and just switch it, and it would be the same. There's nothing distinct. It's always the boy shorts.
Well, there's a couple that are distinct.
Boy shorts,
There's a
boy
few.
shorts and little tight tops, and they're very cute outfits. But it's honestly Hollywood. I think they're all copies of Hollywood. The look
there's
that
a couple
they
of them.
But they all have.
Yes, because I wore that kind of.
You could take the shorts and the top off of any character, throw it on another character, and you wouldn't know the difference. The only difference is maybe they've got their name plastered across their butts or their shirts.
Right.
But I think that they need to be more distinct is all.
Right.
Well, this is another thing that they need to do as well, is when they're doing, I'm sounding like an idiot now. When they have their gimmicks and stuff, or they're having the issues that they have, they need to extend what's going on. Their storylines. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. So the storylines, so when you have a storyline with someone, continue it and have people love to see the females. So, the males everybody, I think they're just more exciting and then they are giving them more time. And that's the cool thing. They're not just in there for 5 minutes anymore. They're in there for a while. Look, Cheryl and I had to be in there. We weren't in there for one match during a live show. We were in there for 4 and sometimes 5 matches in one night.
Wow.
You imagine you're doing two singles, 2 tags, and then the battle royal at the end. Try remembering all that. And so we were ahead of our time. I think just WWE finally has caught on.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's about money. It's about money with them, and when they finally saw there was a way to make money off the women besides just TNA, they went for it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's why they're saying now for the past couple of years, the first ever women's this and women's that. And again, discussing with this last week with Lady Oyanka in April, they basically ran out of their first ever anything dealing with the women, with cage matches, Royal Rumbles, the ladder matches and all that. So they ran out. So there's no more first ever anything for the women in WWE. But my gripe is, you guys were the originals. No, you guys didn't do too many, if any, steel cage matches, but you had the battle royals. You had multiple.
Right. We were doing that 30 years before they did it.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
And where's the recognition? And because they're a publicly traded company, they don't come out too often and make these public addresses. Like I believe Stephanie will be the one to come out and say and acknowledge all this and that. Besides doing the charity work, which is good. Don't get me wrong. They're doing great with that.
Right.
But to give recognition and acknowledge who was there before them, for example, again, Glow is pretty much, when it comes to women's anything revolution, first ever, and being the first ones to do as a whole. Again, go back to Glow, and then talking about the video release of the original broadcast. I know it's very difficult to get it all together. I understand there's a bit of conflicts with that to release it or get a proper distributor and have everything all digitized.
Right.
And I even made that. I think Hollywood, we discussed this as well the last time, and I mentioned up to April. The Royal Hawaiian, maybe a deal can be made because it's a win-win situation if it comes to a point where you can distribute the Glow footage through the WWE Network, for example, and in exchange for a Hall of Fame induction.
That's a great idea. And a lot of people will fight you on it too, though, Jane.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that just don't see it the way you see it.
Right.
Unfortunately, but yeah, wouldn't that be great? It's just that you can't get Ursula, who owns the trademark, with the director who owns the video, all the tape. They just cannot come to an
agreement,
term or agreement, understanding. Nope, not going to happen. But you're right. So you cannot have, as I know Royal Hawaiian will say, you can't have the Attitude Era, you can't have, nonstop action TNA, you can't have the divas, you can't have any of that without, and then before that, you will hear me all the time, and I said it to you before, you can't forget, where it all came from. You can't think about wrestling without thinking of Mildred Burke, who is the Queen of the Ring, and then you've got the Moolah, the Penny Banners, Joni Mae Youngs, all of those people, they were before us. I watched this thing called The Circus the other day, and, they did that. They worked at the circus. There was like hundreds of circuses going on in the 1900s, besides the big ones like Barnum and Bailey, and then Ringling Brothers after that. But we can't forget, the legends before us. So I thank all of them first.
The history. They really need to go back to the beginnings of the history of women's wrestling. They drop back to a certain point, but they don't go back far enough.
Right. Because
I think they got to.
And I love Sasha Banks for sure. I like little Sasha Banks reminds me of a Hollywood.
Right. I really liked AJ. Everybody was saying AJ reminds me of you.
Yes.
She was like a Hollywood / Lightning.
Yeah, I read a little bit of her book. She has a book that's out. It's pretty good. And speaking of books, I'm still working on mine, JM, but I finally, I've done some due diligence. I probably went through 4 or 5 different ghost writers because I need help with that. Right. And I think I found the right guy. And I'm not going to say it yet, but his initials are DM. That's all I'm going to say, DM. And I think we've something good.
Okay.
That will be exciting. Yeah. I mean, I've got lots and lots of stuff written. I just need somebody to put it in better words than I do it.
No, I understand.
I'm not a good writer,
No, you need a ghost writer, an editor, basically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then I have to hire an editor after that because without an editor.
So we don't ramble. We ramble in our heads and we ramble on paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, that's when usually the good stuff comes out, and you just got to write it down.
Yes, but
that's right.
Cut down to the specifics, You can ramble on a show like this, but you can't ramble on paper. People won't sit and read if it's done.
No. It's like a movie.
Well, if the time comes that Hollywood, for example, when your book comes out afterwards, you can do the voiceovers for the audiobook.
I know. I can't wait. We talked about that. That's a whole nother thing. There's just seriously, the audio is great. Yeah. That's just a whole another platform. Yeah.
Definitely.
So should we tell everybody where our Cheryl, are you good to go? JM, do you have any more questions for us, hon?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I mean, we got our all our stuff, maybe Facebook, Cheryl Lightning Russa, the official original Glow Girls, also Instagram, Glow Lightning / or Cheryl Russa, Twitter, Cheryl Russa at Glow Lightning.
And mine is, if you want to follow me at Twitter, it is Glow Hollywood. Instagram is official Glow Hollywood. And Facebook for the old people, Hollywood Productions. HOLLYWOULD Productions. Hollywood. It is. It's just.
What about?
But everyone uses it. It's because you know why? It's simple and easy.
What about MySpace? MySpace.
Well, I had a MySpace. I don't. That's so.
I think that even exists anymore.
Yeah. That's with Cheryl with the hairy chest. Hey, Oyanka, I got to tell you something. There is an actress. Oyanka, are you still there?
Is she breathing?
There is an actress. There is an actress on Snowfall, and she is feisty. She reminds me of you. Have you watched Snowfall before?
Yeah, Snowfall's a good show.
No, I haven't.
Badass
I guess I'm gonna have
show.
to now.
The chick on there, that's one of the drug. The Lords, not Angela Lewis. What's the other girl's name? I can't think of her name. She is badass.
You mean the Latina character?
The Latino character, absolutely. She reminds me. Oh, she's great. She's been in all kinds of stuff. But Oyanka, every time I see her, I'm like, oh my God, She's Oyanka.
And ironically, it's based in the 80s, too, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, yes, Snowfall. It's about, you know what? It's rock cocaine. So basically, it's when they switch from cocaine to the, what do you call it? The rock stuff. What is it called?
Was that crystal?
Yeah, meth.
Meth. Oh, yeah.
You know the stuff that Whitney Houston was using?
I mean, I read about it.
Yeah, I've seen all. They're on the third season, or is it the second season? I don't remember,
no,
but
third
it's
season,
freaking great. They're on third season, yeah. It starts. I think the return is July. I'm so good at like promoting other people, but gotta promote us. Sorry. I'm turning into Oyanka over here. She's so good. Oyanka, thank you so much for being our glow assistant. Seriously, you do a really good job, JM. Thank you.
I try.
And JM,
No,
thank you
you
for
really
having
do.
us
Hey,
on.
Mike, where are you out of? Tampa?
I'm out of Tampa, yes. Originally from New York. Yeah.
So
In
what
that
time is
case,
it? Is it 2
anybody
hours?
in Tampa?
Yeah.
Anybody in Tampa, go to Botanica Ochum, located in Tampa, for all your religious needs.
Someone did her research.
Get some holy water to clean those holes.
We want to hear about you for a second. Tell us your background.
Oh, okay. Well,
Quick, let's go.
turn it around on me. Okay.
Yes, I'm talking to this. Really, you have a really sexy voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
But let's hear about
That's
you.
what I told them. That's what I told them last time.
It is. It's got this sandy, sexy thing going on.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Too bad my exes couldn't see it that way. But, well, among other things.
Oh, she might now. You got some glow girls on you. Come on, X, give him another chance.
No, that's okay.
Oh, no.
It's like, no,
Maybe he doesn't want the chance.
That'll be that'll be another
You ain't got
episode.
to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. I love that movie Friday. Oh my jeez. I'm sorry. Go ahead, JM.
Well,
The floor is yours.
no, there's not much to say. Again, born and raised in New York. Family retired and moved out here soon after my sister had a family. Things weren't working out for me, unfortunately, in New York, personal wise. I used to be in security and law enforcement for about 12 years.
Nice.
And I just got back to my original passion, that being basically, media and audio and video, editing and whatnot. Still trying to find my footing.
What did you do in law enforcement?
Mostly out of homeless shelters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dealing with...
I always wanted to, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a firewoman or a policewoman. I had this idea, or I wanted to join the army. I wanted to do something that was
Oh,
just...
God, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Right? Well, that's what I thought. When I grow up, I'm going to be... Because there was no real role models at the time. I mean,
Right.
Wonder Woman. Come on.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
that was it. But I'm
She was
talking
my
about...
role.
Wonder Woman wasn't carrying a semi-automatic.
She doesn't have to. She's got those gauntlets. She doesn't have to. She's sexy doing it.
90% of the women out there on any movies or TV at that point, they would be, tripping and falling and begging for help for the guys to rescue them. They were the ones that got tied up and yelled help. It used to piss me off. I'd be
I
yelling
like
at
that
the
part.
TV, get up. Get up. What do you do? Go ahead, let the monster. Let the monster eat the dumb bitch. She can't even crawl.
I don't mind being the jobber. It's fun. It's a lot easier.
So
at least crawl away from the monster. Don't just yell they're frozen. You stay there frozen.
wow. So lightning, not even Charlie's Angels
Cheryl,
were
you know
role
what
models?
the movies are about. You're a stunt woman.
Embarrassed for women when I was a little girl. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
See, I wanted to be a flight attendant. I wanted to be a secretary, Cheryl.
Mm.
I wanted to be in an office. I used to make my home, my little room. I'd have a little desk and a stapler and pens and papers, and I would pretend I was important. I was being a secretary.
You're
Well-
a menace.
Well, Hollywood, can you say you fulfilled that in your role in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties?
Oh my gosh, plumbers don't wear ties. You know how many hits that mother thing has? Man. Yes, that was so fun. That was a fluke. We were doing a lingerie show. Cheryl remembers the shows that we did in Glendale, California. And this guy said, I got a little movie. Not movie, but I'm working on this 3D video project. I need people for it. And so he gave me a bunch of lines, and not lines to snort, but lines to, dialogue. God. It was the 80s.
She corrected herself.
God.
I
corrected-
did lines, dialogue. It was 90.
That's
Like 94.
cocaine. I'm so fun. It's so funny you even thought of that. You
I
said,
did.
wow.
I'm waiting for Scarface to come out and say hello to my little friend,
Oh my God. Dialogue. It was fun. That was really, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know that this, people are like, well, what is this game? If you go to, is it the Angry Bird that has that on YouTube? Angry Nerd?
Yeah.
Angry Nerd.
No, the Angry Video Game
He's the
Nerd.
one.
Yeah, he reviewed it.
Yep, he reviewed it, man. And boy, I thank him because I got so many fans. Someone goes, we were on something. I think it was Wrestling with Regret
Right.
a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And somebody goes, he goes, that's not Hollywood. That's Jane.
Yeah.
That's Jane from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Yeah.
I started laughing. That was very funny.
But there were people that actually were confused. Like that can't be Hollywood, because it was a couple of years apart from Glow after
Yes.
they were canceled, and no one knew. Again, back then, no social media, so no one knew what happened to everyone, what they're going to be up to. Are they going to go into movies or
Right.
whatnot? But you continued, and you just automatically appeared. I'm like, is that Hollywood? And of course, it was promoted with your real name, and people put two and two
Yes.
together. Oh, that is Hollywood.
Yeah, and then when the internet came out, they put lots of things together. Oh, Jeannie Basone, Hollywood. Oh,
Right.
Wow.
Yes,
She's
we
done
have.
this and she's done that. I didn't stop. I kept going. Cheryl kept going as well. And I kept going. I think we are the only two, right, Cheryl, that
That kept going. I mean, and Lisa Moretti.
Lisa, well,
Moretti
yeah,
kept
but
going.
she did. Yeah, of course. But
Tina
she stayed in
Ferrari.
wrestling. We
Right.
did other things. You know what I mean? In
Yes.
the business. That's what I'm
Movie
saying.
industry, correct? Yes, I
Movie
agree.
industry.
Right, and
Yeah.
and doing stunt work.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just
John-
keep reinventing yourself is what you do. You know,
Right.
we didn't wait for Glow Netflix to try to do something. Do you know what I mean? Most of the ladies, came out from underneath whatever they came out of under to
Right.
to start working.
Hey, all of a sudden there was
You guys are being like Madonna,
and they
reinventing
came out.
yourself.
Well,
What
speaking
did
of
you
which,
say, Oyanka?
yeah,
I said you were being like Madonna, reinventing yourselves.
right,
Yes.
Absolutely, you have to do it. Yep.
reinventing, but
Well,
minus the British accent.
Yes,
A lot
minus
of the
that.
girls just gave up or moved on and had families,
Yes, and that's okay. That's great.
Right, and then speaking with the Netflix Glow series, nearly 30 years apart from the original, and basically rose from the ashes, this phoenix now, that's the Glow network series of Glow, and the fans like myself, the old school fans and new fans, basically, oh wow! I mean, we didn't forget, we just didn't know where everybody went, and also with the help of the documentary that that Netflix put out back in 2012. Gave us like a bit of a tremendous update about everyone. You guys had your reunion at the end there, which was very touching. I'll admit I did get a little choked up, especially when Mount Fiji got to meet you guys at the hotel there, and I'm like, yeah, this is possible. Why not do if not a tour city to city or something, maybe like a one night only kind of event, maybe not necessarily to get back in the ring, but just like your own version of Comic-Con, so to speak, and travel around the country, around the world.
Well, we're working with 80s wrestling, those guys on the East Coast. So, they're booking us for certain events. It's 80s wrestling. What is it? 80sglowgirls.com. That's it.
80sglowgirls.com.
80sglowgirls.com. So if anybody wants to book some of the ladies and, have them at their events or parties, they can go to that as well. But go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, that was pretty much it. That this basically reintroduction back to the Glow Girls from the original because of the Netflix series. And watching the very first episode of season 1, it's unfortunate they're only 30 minutes long, but then again, it's easy to binge.
I love them. They're quick, though.
Right, yeah.
Really quick.
Right. And I was thrown back because there was this, there was this sex scene in the movie, which I didn't, in the series, an episode, I did not see coming, but it took a while to put the pieces together. That was on the
first episode.
Yes.
That was just on the season. They always do that. Netflix does it all the time. Yeah. They will put in a little bit of sex just to capture whoever. They'll have girl stuff. If you notice, season 3, they're going to have girls kissing on each other, and in season 2. And you know what? And there were lesbians in Glow. The second, in the third and fourth season for sure. There was quite a few, so they did their due diligence, let me tell you. Yeah, that's for sure.
And I go into that even more. I was more convinced now after ABC moved Designated Survivor to Netflix, or they were bought out, whatever happened.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They moved?
Yeah. And
they moved it to Netflix?
Yeah. It dropped last week at the 3rd season. I just binge watched it.
I didn't know. I was wondering why I didn't see it. Okay, so it's on Netflix, right?
Yes. And I even tweeted out it was a great idea that they did such a move, because now with the added adult language and the sexual content, they can take the storyline more edgier and more interesting. And one of the executive producers retweeted back and said, "Hey, thank you for the compliment. That means a lot." Like, oh crap, I got the producer liking my tweet.
That's great.
Yeah, so. It's like, okay, I get it now. So not necessarily keep it the same way. And if you have those basically roads opened up to you where you can take it to a different...
Is that your girlfriend? That's the ex. She wants you off that phone.
No.
She wants you back.
No, I'm not name dropping anyone so I can get into a suit or something. That's okay.
Wait, but where does this ex live? In New York or Florida?
They're all in New York, yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah. See, now I know you want to be more curious and find out more, so we'll talk after the show, okay? So.
Oh, boy. Inquiring minds want to know.
And then who knows? I'll probably end up on Hollywood's podcast. So, yeah, what was that update about the Mexes? I hope there's no limit as far as, what we can and cannot say. But then again,
we're going to start showing little pictures of them.
Yeah, visuals, yeah.
Visuals.
But then we just got done talking about, crotch sliding down a pole, so I guess anything's open.
Oh my God. I didn't say that.
Hey, if anybody can talk about women, it's women, okay?
I'm just repeating a comment.
You are repeating it.
That one, right?
And hand sanitizers.
There you go. So
let me tell you something. I lived in a house with 2 rock bands. I was the only girl, and I would be in the bedroom and our walls were basically bed sheets nailed to the walls because it was
God.
So they wouldn't know I was in there, and I'd hear the guys saying the worst stuff. And people think women are bad, guys are worse. Okay.
Yeah, we can be. No, I'm guilty of that too. I've wised up since then, but nowadays you just don't know who's listening or watching, and you end up being on a trending video.
Totally, you have to be careful.
See, this is why we can't run for politics.
Watch for those red blinking lights, lady.
If I was a politician, I would own up to my shit. I'd be like, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I did it. Now what? Vote for me.
So.
Yeah, you would be a good politician.
Maybe you're too honest.
I'd vote for Oyanka.
So Janka.
Was that you at that club? Yes, it was.
So Janka, any chance of that being a new T-shirt with the crotch sliding on the pole?
I think so now.
Oh my God!
There. I'm gonna have to talk to my shirt maker now.
Oh, my shirt maker!
It's gonna have a little pole. It's gonna say "sanitize the pole."
Oh my God!
Sanitize the poll. Vote for. Oh yeah.
I don't know. There was crotch sliding, or what was that other one called? The banana slide. Back in the day.
I don't remember anything about a banana sliding, but okay.
Me either. I don't remember no bananas in this conversation. Tacos, yes. Bananas, no.
Well, I'm sure somebody out there will Google it or YouTube. Oh yeah, there was a commercial for a banana slide. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my God. This was very fun.
But yeah, that's definitely a shirt. Sanitize the pole.
Baby boy.
Oh my goodness. And this is how you are, all of you. This is how you are, straight out.
This is exactly how we are. Can you imagine being on the cruise? With
Exactly. Surrounded by water.
Straightforward, and
a little cocktail from Pablo San Lucas.
I don't even remember where we're going anywhere. I just know I'm going on vacation.
You're going on vacation, yeah.
I'm going on vacation with a bunch of crazy glow girls. That's all I know.
And you're gonna have a blast.
You're gonna love it. Anybody who wants to come out on that cruise with us, there's still time. I talked to Donald about it, and the more the merrier. Mm-hmm. I'm just excited that we're going. That's the most important thing, is that yes, we are going on this cruise, and we're going with our fans. I'm trying to feed my cat at the same time I'm talking to you guys. Little Kitty is I've given him 3 different types of fresh food, and he put his nose up at all 3.
Okay, did you sanitize your hands before feeding him?
Sorry, Elvis. Sorry, baby. What'd you say? Oyanka,
did you sanitize your hands before feeding him?
Yes, I showered right before this interview. Yes.
Yeah, she's nice and fresh.
Jeannie, this is what you do.
I showered just for the interview, JM.
No,
could you imagine?
You take all the food, the dry food, leave water down, get rid of the dry food, the wet food, and then ignore your cat for about an hour, and then he'll eat anything.
Poor little baby boy. He's just very picky.
You see, without even realizing.
He lost Priscilla.
Oh. Without even realizing, Hollywood promoted her soap just right there and there, freshening up for the interview. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, my fresh soap.
That's how she keeps fresh and clean.
Fresh and clean with the Hollywood soap. Hollywood's amazing soaps. And by the way, the cat is eating now. I had to pet him. You have to give him special attention. If you're on the phone talking like this, he doesn't like it. So you have to pet him.
You know.
And then put his and then he eats. I swear to God, you guys, he is eating.
It's Friday. My
Hollywood
human's yakking.
I did
Oh
say
my
that.
God.
That's another shirt.
Hollywood and her pussy.
Kitty,
Elvis.
Oh my God.
So, in a follow-up, I'm not going to ask that question.
You better not. Are we going to do a follow-up? You're going to have to ask me how little Elvis is doing.
Little Elvis. Okay. And then I'm going to ask about your cat. Oyanka, breathe.
I can't right now.
This is why we like Oyanka, because she is just too funny.
She's a trip.
You got to come on this cruise.
This interview went from Disney to Ron Jeremy in 0.2 seconds.
Yes.
It did. It went from vanilla to not so vanilla anymore.
Gee,
No.
G-rated on a.
Hey, since we're all being
Garden is
honest.
great. Hey, Glow Girls are humans too.
Exactly.
We have nice ones and not so nice ones. That's all.
Very true.
Think of it like high school. You've got your little clickies, and you got your
Bitches,
shoes, and your mean
the two-faced
girls,
ones.
Yes, you got. It's just like because you got to realize. Wasn't there like 60-something glow girls?
Over 80, Steve Blanch said.
Wow.
And over 80 total.
Yeah,
That's
there you
amazing.
go. And
There should be a reality show, and they should call it La Telenovela de Glow.
Oh my God!
It should
Say
be on
that again.
Telemundo. La Telenovela de Glow.
Mami, ¿qué es glow? ¿Qué es eso?
Hoy en Telemundo presentamos la telenovela Glow.
Cheryl and I were on Telemundo, you guys. Oh my God! And we had to wrestle each other. We have to find that video, Cheryl. Remember?
The girl of the week. The girl of the week. and then they at the end of it, we don't even know what they were quite saying, but they la 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 la.
La 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 la. Yes, Hollywood and lightning. We don't know what they said.
Yeah, translation. You ask out the 5'1".
Sexy.
Translation. You ask out the 5'1". I'll ask the one and her Elvis. Ask them out.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! They used to call Hollywood and I Ginger and Marianne.
Oh no.
I'm afraid to ask who is good.
And I love my little Marianne.
I love my tall, sexy Hollywood.
I've known Cheryl for
there you go. There's an idea.
I have known I have known Lightning for so long.
Yes.
And I got along with her immediately on that season 3, and we became friends forever. Even remember, Cheryl, when everybody went their own ways, we were always. There were times that you were busy, you were on tour, you were wrestling a lot, but we always remained close. And when I come to town, we try to see each other every time. Cheryl, you got a birthday coming up. I wanted to know, what are you doing?
Wow. Okay.
Cheryl's birthday is July 20th. I have a question for you, Cheryl. I'm asking you here, so think about it. What's your schedule on the 19th? Because I have to leave on the 20th, but I was wondering what your schedule was while you're here. Because
happen to have my calendar in front of me.
Oh, good. Good. Tell me what the 19th is, if you could try to leave it open in the, around 7 p.m.
Yeah,
is that possible at all?
I'm looking. Gee, I should have glasses, though.
That's okay. You can tell.
Okay, here we go.
But
I'm working from 1 to 3. I've got a.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh wait, no, I'm not actually. I take that back. I've got somebody else working for me.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let me ask you.
I have a party company. It's Little Brat, and I hire people who do stuff like caricature arts and face painting, and I face paint and glitter tattoo. But I've got 2 character artists working on that day. I thought it was me, but I don't make.
Okay, so you have the day off. So you have the.
Yes, as far as I know.
You have. Okay, good. So try to keep the later, 5 o'clock on open. I think we're going to. I think you, me, and April, and whoever. You know who those people might be. Might be going. We're going to go. I think to a Dodger game. We'll celebrate your birthday at the at Dodger Stadium.
Nice.
We're going to go see Dodger Blue.
Never been to a Dodger game.
Oh, there you go.
My God, this is
perfect.
We're going to have a Dodger dog out. Perfect, Cheryl. Okay. Now you can do whatever you want on your birthday.
The only thing good about the Dodgers is that the Dodgers used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh. Well, I like my Yankees
Isn't
too.
there a black
Oh
and
my
white
God.
movie about that? Isn't there an old black and white movie with some kid with a pair of stiff socks?
Oh my God. Stiff socks, the pole, Elvis. That's disgusting.
Oh, now it's disgusting. We're like at the 1.5 hour mark. Now it's disgusting.
Sorry. When you brought up stiff socks, that just did it right there.
Is this a 1 hour show? You're gonna have to chop this all to pieces, aren't you?
Probably not. This is way too good. I mean, I could raise the stakes right now. Hollywood.
I have so much fun with you, JM. I'm so glad I came on today. This was a good day.
Well, how about this one? The last time you were with a man, did Elvis say thank you very much?
Oh. Thank you very much.
Elvis always says thank you very much.
Oyanka, that's a T-shirt, and I want to find his fee.
Elvis loves his puppy. Elvis. Thank you very much. Elvis loves his puppy.
I'm getting rich just having this discussion.
Oh my God. What you got? And then if Poppy was here, he'd probably going, "What are you talking about?" What? He'd probably think we're nuts right now.
Yeah, like
What
no.
are you guys talking about?
Don't worry about it. Those are just pet names. Don't worry
He has
about it.
no idea. Yeah, it's just our cat.
Literally,
No worries.
literally and metaphorically.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, I'm going to be mean. I'm going
okay.
to leave this podcast, kiddo. Just
Yes, leave it on a high note.
because
Yes.
I got to get to the gym.
Oh.
Elvis and I got to get to the gym.
There you go.
Say thank you very much as he's leaving.
I have to.
Thank you
I have
very
to
much.
go.
Elvis is leaving. Elvis has left the building.
I already went to the.
Yes.
I already went to the gym. I have
Girl.
got to freaking eat breakfast. I haven't even eaten yet. I'm
Wow.
starving, you guys.
Okay. Well, with that said, hopefully,
Yes.
Lady Oyanka, if you can stick around for a bit. Miss Hollywood, Miss Lightning, thank you very much. This was beyond fun.
Oh, JM.
I
We
mean,
can't wait to hear this. So,
oh yes, and
I'm afraid now. I'm afraid.
yeah. Well. I mean,
be afraid.
haters are gonna
Hey,
hate.
it's your fault, Oyanka. It's your fault. It's
Yeah. Way to go, assistant.
all your fault.
Way to go,
If
assistant.
anybody has anything to complain about, please
Yeah.
email. Go to Facebook, Oyanka, and talk to
No,
her.
remember I had to change it because somebody complained. They thought my name wasn't my name. Don't you
Isn't that
remember?
funny?
Which makes no sense.
No,
No, but I know who it was.
it makes
It's
any
okay.
sense.
I
Right.
know who it was.
Oh,
So
So we promised to come back on and actually answer glow questions.
yeah, I'm
I
gonna have
promise.
to.
We'll do part 2 with April.
Yes,
We'll do part 2 and have the Royal Hawaiian come on. Okay.
sounds good.
We missed her today, and
Yes.
we hope that she's feeling better. And we
Please,
look forward
better.
to coming back.
Hmm.
See, now we got
Thank you,
to tell April.
JM, and thank
You're
you to
like,
all
look-
our fans.
You're like, look, April, you didn't come on. People were sliding on poles.
Yes, she missed it, man.
Oh my
The
goodness.
funny thing is, it might have been it might have been a whole different show. So it's probably a good thing Miss April wasn't here. Could have been
my
different.
God.
More than
Oh
likely,
my
yes.
God.
All
Um,
right. Well,
Hollywood, I'll probably
Thank
catch you
you,
down.
kiddo.
Yes, I'll probably catch you in November in New York. Matter of fact, that you mentioned it.
I-
So. And
oh,
Miss
good.
Li-
You might see Oyanka too, and
Yeah.
Steve Blanche. That
hopefully,
would be awesome.
that'd be great.
Damn.
Yes, and Lightning, hoping
I'd
to catch you.
love that.
Yeah,
What's that?
I was saying, Lightning, hopefully I'll catch you sometime down the road as well, and we can hang
Yeah.
out for a bit as well. But yeah, again, thank you very much for stopping by. This was awesome.
Listen,
All right,
feel-
darling.
call me. I'm
Thank
very
you. Have
I'm
fun.
very bad at internet stuff, so you're
Mhm.
welcome to call me. Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Cheryl. Bye, Oyanka. Bye.
Bye.
Guys. Hasta la vista.
Don't forget your blue suede shoes.
Oh my goodness.
That would be red for me, red suede.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to hang up from this.
Just you should be able to push the red button.
Yeah, well, I can't pull it up to press it.
Oh, your screen's from.
Wait, there it is. Wait, I got Skype. Wait, there it is.
Got it.
Wait, almost up.
Oh, there.
The stupid internet's trying to, somebody. Okay. All right. Hasta la vista.
Okay.
See you guys soon.
Thank you.
Here, talk to you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh God.